In this video, you'll be learning how to take full body measurement, and I'll start by measuring our shoulder. So to get your shoulder, you need to measure from one end of the shoulder to the other end, and to know where that is, it's between your arm and your shoulder. Where this arc is, that's where your shoulder starts from, to the other end on this other side. So you measure from this end to the other end to get your shoulder. Then for your nape to waist measurement, you start from this bone here at the neck down to the back waist, and that is where the break of your back is, and that is where the bum starts coming out. That is where you get your nape to waist measurement. Then back length is from the highest point of the shoulder down to the waist measurement, also where your bum starts coming out. This break at the back, that is where your back length is. Turn front. Then we have our chest measurement. Chest measurement is the smallest part of the bust area, and to measure it, you make sure that your tape is high at the back. Turn so they can see. Make sure that your tape is high at the back. Don't let it slide down this way. No, let it be high at the back so you get the full measurement. So that is for our chest measurement. Also for the bust measurement, you do the same thing. The bust measurement is the fullest part of the chest area of the bust. So you make sure that your tape is high at the back also. Now you might even tell the person to raise their arms up so that you can get that measurement, and put one finger inside as you measure so that it creates a form of ease. So then for the waist measurement, we have two waists. We have our blouse waist and our skirt waist. For the blouse waist is used to when you're shaping your blouse and your gown, your dresses. That's when you use your blouse waist. Then your skirt waist is when you're making your skirts. A lot of people make the mistake of using their skirt waist as their blouse waist. It will give you error. So to measure your blouse waist, you find the smallest part of the waist area. That is where your blouse waist is. Now for slim people, it's easy to locate. But for a fat person, you need to feel the side to know where the blouse waist, and it's above your navel point. That is where your blouse waist is, and your skirt waist is below your navel point or directly on the navel. That is where your skirt waist is. Then from there we have our blouse hip. Most times I don't really like to use this blouse hip. I just use my fullest part of my hip to get for my blouse hip, because this sometimes comes with some form of error. So we have our hip measurement, and this as you go down, you release your tape a bit until it gets to the fullest part. Then you bring it back up, and you know that is your hip measurement. So make sure that it's firm on the hip area. That is how you get on the fullest part of your hip. Now that is it for our horizontal measurement. So I'm going back to my vertical measurement. Now when doing your vertical measurement, make sure that you're measuring from the highest point of your shoulder. A lot of people make the mistake of measuring from this point. It's wrong. It will give you error while you're constructing your patterns. So you measure from the highest point and let your tape go across the bust area, not side this way. This will give you error also. So make sure that your tape goes across the bust. So you start by measuring your shoulder to nipple point. Now it's awkward asking someone where their nipple is, but you can gauge, and you can also get the measurement from existing measurement that we've taken. So this is shoulder to nipple. You can just gauge it, and sometimes depending on the bra the person is wearing, it can be higher and can be low. So just make sure that the person is wearing a good bra while you measure. Then shoulder to under bust measurement. It's where the bra ends. That is where your shoulder to under bust measurement is. Then we have a shoulder to nipple to navel point, which is our half length. So you measure from this point, and you can ask the person where the navel point is to get the actual measurement. Then we have our blouse length. Now when it comes to blouse length, most times it's desired measurement. Some people like it long, some people like it short, some people like it average. So you need to ask the person where they want their blouse to reach. So when someone has big tummy, the person tends to like longer blouses so they can cover their tummy. Then we have gown length. We have a short gown length. Look up. Now you make sure the person is looking up, because when the person is looking down, the person is slouching, so it make the measurement short. So let the person look up. Then you get shoulder to knee length, or above the knee or below. It's desired measurement. Also for the gown length, it's also desired measurement. Some people like it to sweep the floor. Some people like it to just hang at their ankle. So it depends on what the person wants. And you should also tell the person to stand on their toe, so that you see, you like 2 more inches adds to the measurement when the person does that. So you let the person stand on their toe, then you take to the floor so that it flows very well. Now that is for our gown length. Then we have our skirt length. Now the skirt length is the area where you measured your skirt waist. That is where, just around the navel point. From that point you measure to desired length of the short skirt the person wants. Then for the long skirt, I'm going to turn my tape so I don't need to bend. So turn your tape this way and let the person stand on their toe also. You see, as she's standing on her toe, the tape is already up above. Go down. You see, it's on the floor. So you see, like 2 inches more is added when the person stands on their toe. So that covers for their heels they will wear. And it also desired length. Some people like it to won't flow more than the heel they're wearing. It all depends on what the person wants. Okay, then we have our bicep or sleeve roundness. So you make sure you go up and down, because I've noticed that on some people the fullest part of their arm is around here, and if you just concentrate only on this part, you might not get the fullest part. So you need to go up and down to get the fullest part of the arm. Then we have our sleeve length. The sleeve length is taken from the point where you ended your shoulder, where your shoulders, you measured your shoulder from. From that point, you measure, and make sure, take your tape to the back, let the person tilt their hand this way. Then you measure to get the full length. Now some people can, if you do it this way, it's way too short, especially when you're doing jackets. Once the person bends their hand, the sleeve will jump up to this point. So you don't want that. So when you're taking your measure, make sure that you tilt the person's hand this way and get the full length of the sleeve. Okay, that is for our sleeve measurement. Then we have for trouser length. Now most times the trouser length is a bit shorter than your skirt length, or it depends on the type of trouser you're making. When you're doing palazzo trouser, boot cut, you need it to be as long as your skirt length, so that when you wear your wedge, it flows and covers it. So, but for normal trousers, you just get to the ankle point and get the length, which is a bit shorter than your skirt length. So you get the length of your trouser length. And to measure your crouch depth, is either you divide your hip measurement by 4 or you, now let me use this sit. No, sit. Now let the person sit down on a flat surface this way. Then you measure from the waist down to where the seat is. So that's how you get your crouch depth. Okay, then we have for our neck measure, make sure that one finger is inside the measurement tape, so to get the round neck measurement. So this will form some kind of ease of wearing, so that it doesn't choke. So you get your round neck measurement. And I believe that is all for our measurement. Thank you for watching.